Henry VIII, King of England from 1509 to 1547, is infamous for many things, ruling like a god over his people, having 6 marriages and beheading 2 of his wives, not to mention fathering children with 2 of them at the same time. But how did this legendary monarch die? Let's find out in today's episode of Horrible Death of the Week. As the years went by, Henry's health began to decline. By the end of his life, he was morbidly obese, weighing well over 400 pounds. He suffered from infected leg ulcers, diabetes, and possibly syphilis. So being overweight wasn't the only thing that made his life miserable. His body emitted a foul stench and he was in constant pain. But it was his mental state that was truly terrifying. Henry grew paranoid, delusional, and angry, possibly as a result of cognitive decline. In his final years, he ordered the executions of some of his closest allies, even his wives and advisors. Talk about a royal flush. In 1547, at the age of 55, Henry VIII died. Some sources say he was eating his favorite snack, a dish of sweet pastries called marchpane, when he choked and suffocated. Others claim that he died while on the toilet, which is equally grim if true. Whatever the cause, his death was just the beginning of his horrifying end. As Henry's body began to rot, gases built up inside him, and when his coffin was sealed, the stench of rotting flesh caused it to explode. Some accounts say that dogs licked up his leaking remains when the coffin cracked. How classy. He was buried next to his favorite wife, Jane Seymour, in St. George's Chapel, Windsor Castle. But some believe his restless spirit still haunts the chapel to this day. Historians agree that no other English king had such a gruesome end. Even centuries later, people are fascinated, horrified by how brutally he lived and died. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this episode of Horrible Death of the Week, check out more stories of the rich, powerful, and famous who met a nasty end. And don't forget to subscribe for more historical tales, including more stories of the